Welcome one and all, I'm Dan Carey and this is HardHatChat, powered by Core 4. Grab your PPE, it's about to get serious. You might actually not need PPE on this episode because we're talking all things graphic design with Big Luke, otherwise known as Luke Sowerby.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Hard Hat Chat. Now, we've got an interesting topic this week, which on the face of it might not lend itself to construction straight away, you may be thinking, but all will be revealed. We're looking at art and design with a special guest. So, special guest, introduce yourself.
Hang on, you haven't gone. I would have gone a little bit different to that, Kurt.
Go on.
If I'm honest, I would have just gone. We've got someone who's world famous with us. Well, he's famous in Japan.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I would have introduced
That's
him
a
like
good
that.
point.
I think you've missed.
Well, normally he tells us.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Ladies and
Introduce
gentlemen, much like Pitbull, I am bald and Mr. Worldwide. I am Luke Sowerby, better known as LS Artwork, the best artist from Essex and England. And I'm here today to represent Core 4 as a Core 4 alumni. And I'm very happy to be here, gentlemen. Thank you for the intros. Both mediocre.
All I was trying to point out there was I don't proofread nothing that Kurt sends me.
No, you're right. I'm big in Japan and big in any room I'm in.
It's nice to see you, Luke.
It's very nice to be back, boys. It's been too long. Very nice.
Yeah.
And this setup is amazing. This camera's amazing. People in the background, Luke's amazing. Shout out to Luke listening in. And,
Just love anyone called Luke, didn't you?
Yeah, it's a good day. And it's Monday, and we're smiling. It's quite rare in construction. So start as we mean to go on.
So, just as a bit of background, then you've already mentioned the return, if you like.
Mhm.
So, should we?
He'd done it all in the first 30 seconds, didn't he?
He did really. I mean,
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
going to drag that out.
We were just trying to get an hour-long episode out of this one.
I will talk slower.
No, but should we give a bit of background to? Well, actually, why don't you give a bit of background to your links to construction?
Yeah.
So, art and design aside.
Yeah, so it's a very strange journey, really. So I have a background in digital illustration and graphic design. And then when COVID hit, everything dried up. And then I looked around and I was like, I've got no money. Where's the money? And then the only thing that was still active or key workers was construction. So I got my CSCS card and I started off just a labouring. And then I worked for a company called GSQ Brickwork. I worked there for about a year and a half. Went to work at this sort of rundown area fixing it up. And I met this man, ginger hair, kind-hearted, big smile. He left, and then Dan said, "Hi, I'm Dan," and we hit it off. And then he was like, "Oh, you do?" I said, "Like, even though I'm a bricklayer, technically, I actually specialise in graphic design, so that's my passion."
I wouldn't have said you was a bricklayer.
You know,
You was very good at customer service, Luke.
I was
like, everyone was really annoyed with their new houses, weren't they? We can't mention the site.
No.
They were really, really annoyed with their houses. Like they'd spent like £800,000, and they were just disgusted with with the houses. Look. This is a totally different episode, quality in construction.
But which I'll come back for.
You was there fixing it because they just were unhappy, weren't they?
Yeah, they needed,
and they hated everyone. They hated me when I turned up. They hated you when you turned up.
We
didn't do it originally.
Nah, but we were the faces of, So I met Dan. No, and as Dan was saying, we were sort of the scapegoats because we were the last people there. The last point of contact, the last point of complaint.
Yeah.
And then I said to Dan, actually, even though I love this, my true passion is like art and illustration. I do a lot of work in Japan, and I do stuff for professional wrestlers. So I've got this own little niche thing that I've carved for myself.
Don't brush over that Japan thing. You told me I was famous in Japan.
I am famous in Japan. You're very lucky to have me. And I'm a very busy man. And then he was like, "Oh, you do design?" And then his eyes lit up, like he does because he's the greatest showman. And he was like, "I got some big ideas," and he just lured me in. And then I met you, and you were like, "Hey, would you like to work in the car park?" And I was like, "No, no, I don't."
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was a strange day. So you had sort of a brief brushing with construction.
Yeah, my whole family are in construction. So my brother in construction, literally everyone other than me. I'm the only one with a degree and sort of wanted more like an office style job and something a bit more creative. And then it just sort of just so happened that everything sort of fell into place really, and to land a job that mixes both. So to go from doing art, doing construction, art in construction was a godsend, and I'm forever grateful. Sincerely, you're the best, Dan. You're okay.
That's fine. He paid you more.
No, it was good, wasn't it? It was good.
Yeah.
Fit, it was a good fit for us
because everyone's got big ideas,
I mean,
but until you put them on paper, and that's where I come in. You know, it's the polishing stuff to make stuff look a little bit sleeker, to make the business look cleaner, to more professional look. Just like any business, you know, everyone's got good ideas, but you just need to invest in yourself. And
I think the thing is, people don't expect it in construction.
No,
so they just expect that you just flick out a photograph,
100%.
And it's just any old photograph you're flicking out, and your logo gets done on one of them. Like, look, I'm not dissing it. What's that thing?
Like
Fiverr, yeah.
Fiverr.
So you just sort of like, it's accepted that, well, they're construction guys, so they're allowed to be a little bit rubbish at
presentation. Almost.
Yeah, and it is presentation, but we see it totally as like it was us that we was selling all the time. So across all platforms, across our emails, across whatever we was giving out as any documentation. I mean, we was doing things like case studies, weren't we, that we was presenting out and just nicely presenting them. Do you think it worked for us, Kurt?
Oh, definitely. Like, it's one of them things. It's hard to like get a proper tangible, but the amount of people in sort of decision making positions that were referencing it.
Yeah.
I think that's the tell.
I mean, the best things
that
we come up with, Luke done very early on, where he caricatured our faces, didn't he? And we're literally known for it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Again,
tell us how that come about, Luke.
So
he was like, "You're too ugly. You need a caricature."
So I worked with these two very handsome men.
You've got a cartoon.
And I was like, no, it's as you said. So you have certain things in construction. You have your giant number 4. There's the logo. You have the pink that's synonymous with you. So it was. We did all the research.
Yeah. So from a standpoint, though, I suppose I was probably a little bit more prepared than others.
Yeah, you had a brief.
So we had a platform to go off of.
You have a color scheme. You have a design. You have a number. You have a symbol, and icon. So you can build upon that. So then we did the research and we went through all the LinkedIns, and they're just so dull. And there's no rule that it has to be dull in construction. We're fun. Let's regardless of the industry, it's a judgy world. And the attention spans are so small, so you've got a very small window to capture someone's attention. So it was just generic wedding photos of people in suits that didn't fit, and I was like, I'm not having this for us. So I drew us with the 4, so and then all of our stuff matched as well. So you got that symmetry, and then people knew that we were a collective, and they could follow us and start to build that sort of almost like you said, the case study of like they see the pink, they see the 4, they see us, they know instantly, oh, you're core 4. Because what we're not having at the start was when people were like, who are you guys? And then when we left, people were like, oh, core 4 are here.
We had that very early on. We had some very early meetings where people couldn't get the name of the company.
No, 4 core.
And we was and they just like they were choking on cake and stuff like that. And then it was a very funny day. And then I mean, we ended up like going hanging out with them guys in the end, didn't we? which was weird, but I guess we're like 4.5 years into the process of having a business. And then, like, from my point of view, like, there's a lot of firms that are out there that have been out there 20, 30 years. And because they've been out there 20, 30 years and so many different people have worked there and they've been around and they've been on so many different jobs, it's easier for them or for someone to say, oh, yeah, so that's what they do. But for us, it was about like saying, we're here, this is what we do. And we can do it, and we can look cool whilst we're doing it.
Yeah. You can have fun in construction. If you love it, it shows.
Yeah. And you haven't got to do like something crazy, like be hanging off a scaffold and doing some sort of challenge. You can just look smart. And efficient. Yeah,
present yourself in the way you want to be seen.
I mean, I'm still very funny, even since you moved on to Pastures New, like about things we're going through the process with the lads at the moment where we all want them in their matching PPE and stuff, again, because they just look like they've been dragged for a hedge backwards. I mean, they don't even look that bad at the moment, but it's that same old thing. I'm like, if people see them turn up, right. So I have this conversation with Kurt. I'm going completely off on a tangent. Unlike me, Curtis, I know what you're thinking. Right. So people never ask me for my CSCS card.
Okay.
Ever.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been asked.
Because I look the part, I drive up, I rock up, I have everything with me to do the job, and I just do the job. And there's a lot of it where people say, oh, well, you know, you're the owner, so, you know, people wouldn't ask you, blah, blah, blah. But I still should be asked. So we're a subcontractor, yeah? So people should still be asking me, saying, I'll do this induction, do that. Never, ever been asked. Now, I'm legit, yeah. I've actually got cards, believe it or not. But this was the thing that I was saying to the lads the other day. They're getting pulled. So one of the lads the other day, he'd like, his card was so worn out, his face was missing.
Right.
So straight away, the site manager's logged on and realised that his card's about to expire. Then he causes it like a massive issue, like he's emailing us and going, and I'm like, mate, it's not expired yet. Like when it does expire, he's going to redo his test. Yeah, he's in construction, he gets it. Sort of the point I'm making in a roundabout way here
about design and art in the industry.
His presentation.
Yes, right.
Yeah, like that scrubbed out card just looked crap.
Right.
So the guy looked into it. Like when I turn up and I'm wearing all the gear, no one looks into me because I look the part, and also they recognise my cartoon face off the internet. But like picking up, like I think one of the best things that what was the best thing that we done with my face?
My favourite was the guitar pick, because the artwork, which you can see on social media, check Core4 out, is nice because the artwork is so detailed. It's so small on the guitar pick. And I remember talking to Kurt, but like just trying to get the right plectrum of thickness and stuff. And I think for me that's my favourite product, other than the shirts as well, like the Spanner of the Month shirt, because the turnover was so quick. And then just really anything you put your face to.
I mean that's another thing. You've brushed over that, but that is like how design then comes into business. So that thing that you created there, right? Spanner of the Month. Sounds offensive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But what was we doing with that? We was like,
so it was a prize for essentially the best worker, perform the best, would get a custom T-shirt saying they're the Spanner of the Month, a gold spanner, which we still have, and some sort of like gift voucher or money.
Yeah. You know,
so
it was like a good thing to have, wasn't it?
And a great incentive, again, all branded, and then it worked. So you have the idea, I make it, the boys work hard to achieve that goal, so there's an incentive, and then to tick all over that you document it all, so you have something to show for social media, so it all trickles down, you know.
Yeah. And I think we've been a bit lax on that probably last year, haven't we? Stuff like that.
Yeah,
I do still come up with these ideas, Luke.
I know,
and I'll just shout them out randomly, and Curtis goes, "Oh, please stop, Dan."
I'm like that. Actually.
I'm amazed no one.
No.
I'm amazed no one's cut your mic.
Sometimes he says to me, "That's a good idea, but can we just focus on this first?"
Yeah. Everyone wants to open a zoo, Dan. Put scaffolding up.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because like I'd say Dan has a penchant for the extravagant and flamboyant.
That's our word of the week, by the way.
Is there not a button that comes up with word of the week?
What we're trying to do, right? What we've been trying to do recently is getting big words to customers. So when they reply, when they're like, "Why are you not on site? I mean, it's raining and it might be minus temperatures, but surely you can control that and get on site." So then I will reply to an email, typically of an evening, where my spelling's atrocious. I will speak words to Curtis and I will say, "Does this word exist?" As he just described there.
That was one, yeah.
That was one that we got into an email the other day.
Amazing.
Slid it back to the customer. Customers come back saying something like, "Cool, you're fancy ground workers."
Oh, yeah.
Words like that.
No, someone did that to me on site. I was like, they were like, "Can you help me?" I said, "I can't, but my colleague can." They were like, "Oh, someone went to uni." Colleague. Shut up.
I think that's the thing. I think like construction is changing.
Yeah.
So it's accepted that you can be a little bit like, it's good money, isn't it?
100%. It's a great money.
So you can't just growl at each other now, can you?
The problem is not even a problem. Sorry, the great thing is because of technology, social media was a thing that was never a thing for my dad's era. So my brother, for example, now he now documents his stuff to get work. So it's not just showing what you can do. It's now another way to like just reach new businesses, reach new clients, and it's also just like a digital portfolio. But as we saw, you have to get it right because what you put out is important. And what I learned, thankfully for here, you can't put out everything because you might put out a job that's too early or they're digging a hole and you're like, don't show that hole just yet because we need to fill it.
Yeah. There was loads of that. And there was stuff. Do you remember when we was putting out scaffolding and you'd have to go to Tony and Tony would say, oh, airbrush that out because there were so many things that people out there would just pull holes in, wouldn't they?
Even just stuff of just framing it right or just little things,
cropping a photograph.
Yeah, and also it's hard. This is just for anyone listening. That it's hard when you're documenting stuff. You can't control the weather and how the site looks. So the photos are just a bit drab on a cleary day. So you put so much work into making it look pretty, and it is. But it's. I think going back to like some of the crazy stuff we made. I mean, going back to the portraits, they already stand alone, and as I'm sure you'll mention at some point with the cookies and these sort of strategies, it is just so good to build on these this little idea, and then once you have it, you can just produce. And we've looked at, but as we saw as well, easier said than done. The cost of some of the stuff. When we tried to get merchandise and cups, and I was thinking about yesterday when we went to this trade show. And this guy asked Dad for like 60 grand's worth of his business. And we were like, okay, well, we can discuss this. Do you have any information, like a business card or a pen or a tote bag? And the guy was like, absolutely not. It's like, you want this much money, but you can't invest in like a free pen?
Yeah.
No.
I had that last week. It disgusted me. Still wound me up. We went and bought £2 million worth of something off of someone.
Right.
And they didn't even have a free pen. I was like, Luke would not be happy.
I would not. If I don't get a calendar, I don't want your business.
Straight out. Good time of year for calendars as well.
Best time of year.
So, thinking with your design hat on then, but with an eye on construction, what trends do you see in the design and construction that really grind your gears?
No, it's so it's easy. It's pixelated images, pixelated logos. So as we discussed earlier, as we did here, you invest in yourself. So you hired me to get professional look, cleaner vector images that can go on the products, look cleaner, look sharper. I see a lot of people, I get a lot of customers, I get a lot of productions that are just they've print screened something, or they've made a cheap logo. They won't pay for it. They try and send it. It looks terrible, and already you present yourself as something sort of lesser because that's the face of your company. That's the first contact. So I think I've met people that want to portray their company a certain thing, but then won't pay like a very small amount of money to have like a quality leaflet made. But again, it's that first point of impact, and you think to yourself, just invest in yourself because you get the money back.
Just take a step back.
Do you remember when we so when we got quite good at it and we thought we could do this for other people? And we started, other people wanted what we was doing. They wanted the look. We'd say to them, okay, it's X amount. It wasn't a lot of money, was it?
No.
It was X amount of pounds. It was like in the hundreds. And people went, oh no, I don't want to change my logo. I know my logo's out of alignment and it's all squished.
I know it's as wide as a plane, but also just terrible, and it doesn't fit anything, and it's from the 60s, but I want to keep it. You go, oh, well, you're wasting my time.
Yeah. And that was where we got to, wasn't it? Yeah. It was amazing, some of the conversations we was having.
Because I've seen the plus side, I've seen the benefits of people investing in themselves. Yeah. So, for example, I'll give it a great example is the Mini, the 4-man Mini.
Yeah.
So I see people, they have, I met a gentleman the other day, he works in London as a window cleaner. And he was like, I want information on the top of my car. And we were like, okay, like, is that a thing? He's like, well, I work in the city. So many people look down. It's a missed opportunity. And he gets so much work from that. But from the work he's gathered, just from being, like you try to be unique, to stand out. But also it covers the cost. He's made, as soon as he gets one job, it's covered. So again, I know it's hard. It's easy to done, money's tight at the moment. And with the industry that I work, very fascinating, not just in construction, but I see it every form of construction. You see by what people order and what people need, you can kind of see how the market is, if that makes sense, like who's thriving. So luxury and necessity, you see the struggle. So like a kitchen fitter, not doing as much at the moment because money's tight, but then like someone you need like plumbing, fine. So that's where I see where the advertising goes up and down, but again, presentation is really important for some of these men, like the fleets, matching uniform. It's just peace of mind, really. When you open your door and you go, oh, look, he looks the part. Or communication, because people aren't as good anymore. You don't need to speak to, say, if you're wearing like Core 4 and you've got your contact number, your information on the back, you can just Google it. You haven't got an end. Like, sorry, what do you do? Self-explanatory, it's there. So I think it's sort of just people just invest in yourself is my big advice from today, really. And hire me.
Good advice. So now you're less involved in construction day to day. What is your typical day looking like?
So typical day is always...
What's your breakfast?
We'll start right at the beginning.
So
don't, it's fine.
So I cry. No, I would, like, hypothetically, so you check your emails, and then I create like a feedback list. So I make sure that learning that all those targets are hit. So color scheme, depending on what, say if you're looking for a logo, I'll get your year you're established, your color scheme, any slogans, previous logo images you'd like to include, and then we just start to make the mock-ups. And then again, it's a lot of back and forth. I don't think people realize, like, they think everything's instantaneous. And to make some people, the thing I hate, the perfect one, sorry, to answer your question earlier about what grinds my gears, it's the word simple. Can you make me a simple logo? Well, the Apple logo looks simple. It's an apple with a bite, but it's got so much history and so much legacy into it that to make something simple is incredibly difficult. Whereas I like the difficult. If you come to me, you're a great example of this. When you come to me, I want this, I want this to be the color, I want this, I need this slogan, I want this, and this. You get so much to work with. But if someone's just like, make it pop, okay, you got a color in mind? No. And then you go, okay, so you're a gardening company. So associate greens, and you said your dad loved the color green and it's his business, so a little tribute to him in there, and I've put that in there. And they go, hate green. And you go, but you didn't have earlier. You didn't have a premise. You didn't have a choice. You knew you didn't want green, so I changed it: blue, red, any color you want. A week later, let's keep it green. Thank you for your business. Again, I do love what I do, but just have a think, because I appreciate that not everyone's creative. That's where I come in. The job I didn't. But people know what they like and they know what they don't before. And everyone goes, oh, I can't even draw a stick man. Yes, you can. And I'll help you draw that stick man together. But again, it's just, so typical day is me. Again, I wake up, freak out, succeed. I hope.
So it is similar to construction.
It's exactly like construction. And I miss it, though. I miss construction. I use construction quite often as an example. When I build a logo or build a design, you just see it. You just see it instantly. But when I used to build a wall, you would see it from the ground up. You would see me remove what was there, take it away, mix everything up, carry the bricks, build the thing. And then there's a pride you miss when you in construction where you're like, I built that. And someone made a joke that whoever's made anything, you can't lose that thing with you. It would be a month, a year, 10 years, and you're like, I built that. And no one cares. You're just driving along and go, you see that house? I made that corner. And they go,
especially not the kids, Dan?
I insist that my children care. And my wife, the amount of times I drive through London and I stop. She says, what are we doing? I once worked inside that building.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't care. Take me shopping.
And I was talking about to someone the other day. I know the man that made the Halifax logo. And I was like, that's incredible because it's used everywhere. And he was like, it is incredible, but it was also just Tuesday for me because that was the job on Tuesday. So I think in anything, especially I think construction and art are quite similar because the art of constructing and deconstructing, it's sometimes you've got to stop and just appreciate like what you got around.
I like it because I love it. I do love a logo. So I'm gonna throw a question in. Is that okay, Kurt?
Go on, fire away.
What's your favourite logo?
What's my favourite logo? Oh, that is a great question. Oh, favourite logo. I do really like the Apple logo. I think it's clean. I think there's a lot of meaning behind it. Ooh, probably like something like the WWE Attitude Era logo, just because it just reminds me of the stuff that I love.
Reminds you of being young.
Yeah, or it's hard because I've made so many great logos. I'd probably pick one of my own. But yeah, or
I'm
even,
just thinking like the logos that you see and you know the brand straight away.
yeah,
Like the McDonald's,
Yeah.
the big M,
I'd
the
go-
golden arches.
Mhm.
You know what you're going
Nike
to get, don't
swoosh.
you? Yeah.
But this is
Having
It's-
spent years trying to draw it at school.
But this is I was talking about this.
What, like your top?
Like I've got it on now, yeah.
But this is the great thing.
Still
I was talking
trying.
about someone the other day, and Nike is a great example. People say, I ask you, like, what's the Nike logo? And they say the swoosh,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's the icon.
Yeah.
Because the logo is broken up into many pieces, and I think that's the other thing that going back to this was it's the branding. So I had some great advice that if you take Disney for example, and probably the Disney logo is another great one. Every logo, you need 5 logos. You need your main logo, which would be, say, the Disney castle and all the colors and the 3D. Then you need your basic logo, which would be like a silhouette version. You need a black one, a white one for like paperwork. You need an outstretched one. You need a circular one or a square one for social media. And then you need just an icon, which would be like the D. Already, look at all those options and look at all those things you can do. But until you know, same with the Nike. You get the Nike, you can have the swoosh, you can have just the N.
Got the right end.
You can have it all combined together, and then all the colours that go with it. A plethora of stuff you can do with it.
And I think you done that here very well when you bought them T-shirts with them giant pink 4s on.
Yeah.
And you just started walking around events.
Loved it.
And,
for the listeners that that can't see me, I am as tall as I am wide. I'm on the side of a house, and I am so 6'4", and actually 6'4", not like other people at shows that say they're tall. Check my Instagram for that.
George Clark is tall though, isn't he?
George Clark was tall.
George Clark, personal friend of mine, who I met at a trade show, and that was a great day.
Same day you met who's the most famous guy?
I believe his official name, full legal name, is Craig from Big Brother 1.
That's it. That's
how he introduced himself. I'm Craig from Big Brother 1.
We're still waiting for that product that
you know what, Craig, if you're listening, stop sending me emails about fireplaces. I don't want one. That's a genuine thing. Stop. And again, to the listeners, if you're going to a trade show, do not give them your actual email address because they will spam you.
I can't believe, look, on that day, I literally told you, don't write your actual email address down here.
Everyone.
And you gave everyone your actual email address.
All hyped up. I had free pens. I couldn't think. I met
was
George Clark.
Actually, so Kurt, Luke hasn't come empty-handed today.
Stop it.
This is, like I've been saying to everyone, look, if you're going to come on the pod, you got to bring a gift. Like, we don't expect a gift, but we do expect like hard hats if you've got them.
Yes.
Anything construction, but key rings.
Yeah,
I like my key rings. Yeah. I like the socks that Perry gave me.
Yeah.
Perry give great merch.
Weird merch.
Weird merch.
Yeah, I got a gym bag.
You got a gym bag?
Yeah.
No one at the Perry goes to the gym.
We done a Perry episode and they done ski equipment. I was like, this is Southend, mate. Yeah. They bought the weirdest stuff they had.
Perry, if you need help with your branding, please hit Corfor and Luke Sowerby up. Thank you.
We had that meeting, do you not remember? And we got...
Still waiting for my flat money. Got a dry scone.
No, so Luke actually bought us the logo for HardHatChat.
Oh, that's fabulous news. Very happy about that.
Kurt, don't seem so shocked. I've already sent it to Kurt.
We spoke about this off air.
Don't break the fourth wall.
So it's the logo that we're going to use to launch.
Genuinely, I think it encapsulates a lot of the things you've been talking about, actually.
Yeah.
Like, it is simple, but there is a clear sort of brand identity,
again,
which hopefully everyone will recognise.
From what I've learned over the last 2 years, again, it's hitting those points. Simple colours that are nice, that can be shrunk down, still red. You can also break it away so you can take the text away and people will be associated with the microphone. Just for the people listening, and we'll see it soon, it's the text underneath. It's a microphone that has a hard hat incorporated into it with the iconic pink hard hats that you guys use. And I love it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I know what I'm doing for this.
Actually, what did you actually say to me? You said something like, call the police.
I said, call the police because I have murdered it. I think I texted you at 1:30 on like a Sunday night. And the text for the next morning, you did.
And that's what I like. I think for us, like when we've tried in the past, before we met you, Luke,
Mhm.
we tried with other people, and some people don't get like. Typically, if you want a logo designed, you go to like a sign writer,
Mhm.
and you go to a sign writer that's not necessarily a graphic designer,
Mhm.
but you believe that
Yeah.
society tells you, well, this guy can put a sign on my van,
Yeah.
he must know. And like, I don't know nothing. I'm just going to him. I'm a carpenter, and I'm saying I just want to call me carpentry.
I'm
for that.
assuming we can do a website as well because we all get tied together.
Yeah,
in this sort of media
And it's a
platform.
very different.
Hmm.
The whole thing's very different, isn't it?
100%. It's not, forgive the pun, but it's an art form in itself. Like illustration and graphic design are completely separate.
Yeah,
But I assume it's one hat fits all sort of thing.
And there has to be like an understanding between sort of like client and designer, doesn't there?
Yeah, 100%.
Like obviously, it's a unique scenario
Yeah.
here where we've all worked together.
Yeah, I knew
And
already what
you've already got
the
that.
sort of the color scheme and the sort of pops and the themes that we've been running with, because that's the other thing as well. People, when you do too much of it, you either completely change or you bring it back to your brand. Because when you step away too much, I don't know. There's some famous cases with it, like with Gap, for example. They changed their logo. No one liked it. No one bought the clothing, and they had to change it back. And I think it cost them hundreds of thousands of pounds to change stuff. And also, again, going back to design and construction, I think people don't realize that there are so many jobs with like the floor plans, and then that mixes into sort of like when I was young, moving into sort of like architecture. But I know the course is very demanding, and the placement stuff is very difficult. So, yeah, and again, going back to just the simpleness of the graphics of PPE, wear a hard hat, just those simple information signs. So you don't realize how much the two sort of go hand in hand. Especially again, even something when COVID happened and so many designs had to be produced just to say like, wear your mask, keep this apart, and sort of thing. So there is a market for it, 100%.
And so many of them still exist now.
So many.
They're just like, with
no hand sanitizer, but just a sign that says
Yeah,
wash your
yeah,
hands.
yeah.
Like, cheers.
Yeah.
Same guy that didn't check your card. Doing a good job.
Don't get me started on people. Where have all the good people gone? Don't get me started on that episode. One other thing,
Go on.
I was going to say, and then I lost my train of thought completely. So carry on, Kurt.
That's something
Okay.
I want to talk about.
Oh, no. I've got to go back a bit. We haven't discussed the creation of our very own superhero.
Oh, yes, of course.
I mean, to be fair, there's a few things that we could discuss.
No, well,
we haven't, but
I was just, look, it's not a
the
thing to brush
superhero is
over.
quite a good thing.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of what we're known about.
That could be another episode that I'll happily come back for, just to dedicate to the
What
man
will you bring on that episode, though? Like gift-wise, I'm just all about gifts.
I will probably bring you some probably LS Artwork skis, or I'll go with the Perry skis.
Yeah. I mean, I don't ski, but thank you.
You can have...
Just stick your logo on that snowball.
Yeah, you can.
I've
got a cup somewhere you can have. I don't need it. I don't drink hot drinks.
Famously.
Is that my Coke?
There is something I would love to talk about, though, if that's cool, which is my favourite thing. One of my favourite things I've done here.
Yes.
Which is, I think you both know what it is because you had to get in it, is the shark boat.
Yes.
It's my favourite thing.
How did that come about?
So you are the great showman / madman and always want to do stuff like the Red Bull racing and sort of the soapbox guy. You love to build. Old school. I'm a
construction guy.
You're a construction guy. Big
Carpenter,
idea, man.
Bit like...
a
bit like the main man.
Yeah, the main man.
Yeah.
And I just remember you were like, okay, there's a charity event coming up. I've put us down. And I was like, sick. What are we doing? You were like, you've got free reign. It has to float. I was like, I just watched Jaws that night. I love Jaws. And regardless of what any of you said, I was like, I'm building a shark boat. I'm designing a shark. You guys can build it however you want, but it has to be a shark. And there was a catch. The idea was for men's mental health in construction, and it had to be completely recyclable parts. So we had
you
waste material.
You went to scrapyard, picked up loads.
In West London,
old school scrappy challenge though. Sort of style, picking up this, that, and the other, and just expansion foam and a prayer. And it's just so good. But at the start, of course, I've got these blueprints, and I can't make it, but I know what I want to make. I know how we want it to sort of look. And then towards the end, once have a background in graffiti. So once I was spraying it, blending the colours, and making it look more like a shark. And
Is
then,
that something you want to admit? Sorry.
Background in graffiti.
yeah,
Background in graffiti
I'm
officer.
not going to deny that I'm not Banksy, and I want to
Oh, yeah,
confirm
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Either, you know, I do well in the city. Let's put it that way. And you know, so it's so nice to bring this thing to life. And again, the photos again. Please take a look on social media, and there are videos on YouTube. You can see it all being built, and it was just so much fun. But from the start, terrible. Because you're like, how we were on a time frame? We had like 2 days. It's a bank holiday. Weather's terrible. Nothing's floating. Nothing's drilling. Managed to somehow pull it all together, and it looked incredible. But it was like 12 foot. It felt
and then we went, it was probably
more than that.
Probably a bit longer than
Yeah.
that. And then we went, and then my favourite bit about the whole adventure was not that you come in the bank holiday, it got done because it got done last minute. That on the Tuesday or whatever, when we done it, we had to get Curtis out of bed early, and he doesn't like getting out of bed early.
Famously
does he?
said by his mum.
Yeah. And that was the weirdest thing. He's never been a morning person.
Sleepy Kurt and a shark in the back. That's the slogan.
And then we got there really early, like on time, and then everyone else was late for the race, weren't they?
And didn't build a boat that was any good, which I'll say.
Very strange.
Very strange, but fun.
Very strange. Yeah.
And it also, so
they're known for it.
To design it and then to see it.
Yeah.
And then see you two get in it like a proud father.
And
and again, you two aren't small, so it, you know, like to see it float. And you're because we
didn't get wet as well.
Yeah, it was a relief.
Didn't get wet. We won.
Yeah.
And I mean, to get it up there was ridiculous in itself because you got this shark on the back of like essentially a lorry, like you're dragging King Kong through the sea.
Yeah.
And then we get there at like literally about 5 a.m. at the Thames. Can't work out where to park. Carrying this thing through an empty trade show hall. George Clark is there looking for me. I'm busy carrying this shark. You guys, you go in there, you paddle it. Again, it looks incredible. It doesn't sink. And then everyone else just drowns pretty much. And amazing. But then getting that thing back out.
But I think that's part of the thing. I think when you do any of them like charity events and that, I don't know if not everyone comes with the same effort. Everyone loves the idea, but no one actually wants to put the bank holiday in.
No, of course. It comes back to
we come up with some other things, didn't we, that we didn't do yet, but we still want to do.
It's your thing about presentation, though. Again, because if you're going to do it properly. If it's going to have core 4 on the side, which it did.
Yes.
Bite me on the back.
Yeah.
You know, do it right.
It's got to be right.
Yeah, it's so important. And people again, there are new eyes to this, new clients, new people seeing core 4 for the first time. So you want to represent yourself in the best light, and I'm very proud of that. And it's brilliant.
And all
really
people will always mention things like that.
Yeah,
to us.
And all jokes aside, like George Clark did see the shark because that was like a big feature of the trade show. Because I'm forgetting, we opened the construction. What was it? What's the name of the
Construction Week?
Construction Week. So pat on the back for us, gentlemen.
It was a good day for you. Have you still got the merchandise that you picked up? Because you had like I remember taking you home and
so
you had
many
so
snow
much
globes
stuff.
and just hats,
stress balls.
So many stress balls. I know I'm stressed. I don't know what to do with them. And, it's just I love. Again, if it's not nailed down, I will have it, unless they're nails.
I mean that is one of the things that does come up, and probably the superhero is the other thing. So
the idea of superhero was to present our case studies in a less boring way, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I say less boring because if you haven't worked out already, I'm a little bit different.
Yeah.
So I don't like someone's written me this massive long text at a weekend, like pouring their heart out. I've not even read it on the basis of it's too much information for my brain to consume. I like to consume things in a certain way. So when like was bouncing it around, and I can't remember who actually come up with it. I think was it Kurt that come up with the name?
What's that for?
The superhero.
Yeah, one of you.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think it was actually.
But we pronounce it differently. That's the thing.
Yeah. And that confuses everybody.
It does.
Yeah, it confuses everybody. So
you can say it's a bad name.
Well done.
I love the name.
So
I love the name.
The idea of coming up with foreman,
foreman.
Yeah,
foreman or foreman.
Yeah,
that's the play on words.
Exactly. Yeah, but no one gets
it. No one gets.
Was just to present our work in different lights. So to present the case studies, to present and a bit like a comic book strip. He flies in here. He does this. He does that. And it was all like it was all quite well conceived
Yeah,
originally.
It was under your idea of who will save construction. That was the joke.
Yes.
We were like, how do you give back to an industry you love?
Yeah.
And that's where it births from.
And how do we sort it out?
How do you sort it out? How do you save it? And then also, again, when we're mixing stuff with the charity stuff, it's like, how can you also use that idea of how can you save construction, but also present it to a younger audience to get them enticed in construction.
Yeah.
So it's also not something that you can enjoy, but also something your kids can enjoy. So brilliant.
I think when we went too far is when we done the sidekicks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Nobody really bought into that, did
people
they?
got offended by the sidekicks.
Yeah.
Because we was like, oh, the sidekick is so-and-so boy.
Yeah.
And they was like, we won't be no boy to no man.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. It's just the whole thing. It's been there for years, hasn't
Then
it?
you're
Like,
the villain.
Yeah.
You know?
But then
well, some of
But
them.
then when Kurt done the one about the villains, that's quite good. When you done the one with the
retention retainer or whatever it was.
so good you can't even remember it, Kurt.
Oh, it was a long time ago, wasn't it?
But
yeah.
all of them, and then obviously then I come to you. I said, "There's this mini. I bought this mini for like a couple of £100. Probably a bit more than that. But everything's a couple of £100 in my head.
Yeah,
Kurt used to tell me differently.
It rolled in.
And I just said, salt this. This mini was destined for the scrap heap.
Yeah.
And
it was the filthiest thing I've ever
so I said,
it was
Luke,
horrible.
Put Foreman on the side of this. And what did you do?
Put Foreman on the side of it.
Yeah, but you made it look like he was flying.
Yeah, so
when someone's driving it.
Yeah, so me and my colleague sort of did worked out the specs, and I did all the. It was so hard to get the position of how you're. So the idea is the hand on the steering wheel, so it looks like you're doing sort of the up and away pose.
Yeah.
With a subtle sort of skitty skyline, and it does. It's just very fun. But again, it's even you've seen it today when I saw it. It's so eye catching that. But again, it goes back to that point of if you look at it just as from a business standpoint in construction, you have this idea, you put some money down, you invest in it, you get feedback, you have something to talk about, you have something to promote, you have and it's just it pays it forward.
But so from my point of view, I always try and make this business case, and Curtis never really argues with me. Say if we spent £800 or something from memory, half wrapping that mini,
yeah, just under.
Imagine if you done
very reasonable.
Imagine if you done Facebook post and you gave that big corporation
yes.
all of that money, you probably wouldn't have as much benefit as you do getting like that.
100%.
And then like what we done with the Wasp, again, an old lorry that's always been called the Wasp. Wrap it like a wasp. Yeah, because people see it.
100%. It is just it's billboards on wheels. It is amazing, and it.
But everyone just says in this day and age, like about marketing, just go on Facebook, just pay Meta more money.
And also depending on what you're showing your platform, Instagram is a very good place. I would say is probably your best place because it's such a variety. Twitter is on its way out. There's so much controversy over the site itself. Facebook is a little bit stale. And but old school values still work. Door to door. Someone said some great advice to me the other day where they said like if you commission yourself some flyers and you work at one house and you just do 5 doors on each side of where you're working, you're covering so much ground. And I was like, that's just brilliant, simple
because
idea.
It's simple. It's always worked. Because I'm working there, so I'll go 5 hours either side.
And communication is key. Like we're doing now, you just speak.
And we we've been quite good at that as sort of. Going back, and again, we won't mention their name, but we picked up a lot more customer service work on the basis of just how good we are about when we do stuff. So we will let people know what we're doing. It's like amazing. It's amazing, this, right? It is just as simple, like it's an email from us or a phone call or something.
Yeah.
And people just go, oh, wow, like I've never been told before.
Yeah. No, I did the same thing. Just a simple 30 seconds, your design's ready tomorrow. Have a little discussion about it. See, take it from there. Peace of mind. So no one wants to chase money, chase this. It's ag. So just putting everyone in the loop. Again, about the communication is so important. Again, it's in any form of business.
So I think
thanks.
Well signed off.
Thanks, Kurt.
Well, it wasn't bad. One thing we like to do is ask 4 questions.
Okay.
It's not.
Hang on.
It's not.
See what we've done here.
It's not the big 4. Right. Like it was before.
Explain to me again.
No.
So the company's called
Core
5. Core 5, right?
Just quick fire.
I'm gonna
Just
take my sweet time with these.
whatever comes into your head. You used to ask some of these questions as well. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I think you wrote these
100% did.
for our TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
hope I answer
Actually-
quicker than the accountant.
You designed a T-shirt,
Yes.
Quick Fire 4,
Quick
and then
Fire
what I want to do with you, Luke, and on the back of this pod and that, we'll get the merch up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think what we'll do is we'll start giving some stuff away because some stuff's cool in it.
Yeah.
And we got some cool designs.
Yeah.
And like you've always gone, oh, I'd wear that T-shirt out.
Oh, 100%. The 4 is.
We'll hold you
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
So
I've
we
worn it
have
out.
got
You've held it to
no,
me.
we've got them T-shirts that say Quick Fire 4.
Yeah, no,
haven't
we
we?
have, Excellent. Okay, so number 1.
Okay.
The best thing about working in graphic design.
To have complete creative freedom to just make whatever pops into your head and bring it to life.
Nice. The worst thing about working in graphic design.
The frustration of it's hard. It's anyone can draw just like anyone can sing. Doesn't make you a professional. You know, I can cut my own hair. I'm not a hairdresser. So my thing is,
I've cut
I can see. So it's just that. It's just respect the art as well. You know, it's a hard industry, and a lot of people have trained a lot of time to perfect it. Just respect it. That's my main thing.
Good. On or off the tools?
Oh.
Let me feel those hands.
Yeah.
Let me feel those hands.
Can I give a split answer?
No.
No. Those
So what-
Quick Fire 4.
I know, but it's more like, it's on the tools in the summer, off the tools in the winter.
No,
That's what
I
you
get that.
wanna do.
Okay.
That's a good answer,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah. And finally, this one might need a bit more thought, but the most overlooked element when it comes to design work.
For me, it's just like measurements and making sure, it's the basics. I was talking to some gentleman the other day, very good artist, old school tattoo artist, wants to move into digital art, but he doesn't have the basics, the fundamentals of correct ways to save a file, correct formats, correct, just those little basics that you save something wrong, you've lost it, and hours of work can be gone. And even that simple joke we did at uni, which save as you go. Because you kick a plug out and you've lost everything, and your momentum.
that old good uni joke. I remember them.
Don't. I think
Next thing you'll be saying,
No,
you'll be
I
saying
didn't.
colleague.
But and that's why, just for people that don't know, that's why, like, when you try and put your logo on something, it's got to be saved in the format you're trying to put it on.
It's got to be
Like I
framed
said earlier,
correctly.
you've got to have it.
It's got to be centered in the right side. And again, even just like different for you compress stuff. People want these big extravagant things, but when you bring it down to something like on a business card, you'll lose so much detail. So again, we were actually saying this, me and my colleague saying this the other day about your logo. The core 4 is great, but the 4 itself now you don't need the core because the 4's so established.
Yeah.
So, and that is just so useful to have this perfect square design that can be
Like it is behind us. We are recording video today, so people can see this behind us.
I mean, you don't need to point.
Hand painted by moi.
Yes, and ruined by moi. with
Yeah.
balloons.
Well, it used to be my office in here, didn't it?
Yeah. And
Good answers, I'd say.
shout out to Tom
That
Thompson as well.
That was a quick fire.
It
that
was
a
pretty
quick fire.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
That was
you
better.
understood it. You got the
Yeah.
brief.
yeah.
Almost like
Almost like you'd written them.
Yeah, I'm just so passionate. I think the main thing to take away, is that regardless of whatever industry you're in, you have to love it because it shows. So you love construction and it shows.
Yes.
I love art.
Yeah.
It shows. I like construction.
If you what's that good old famous saying?
If you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
There you go.
Ah.
He knows it.
Like Simon Squibb vibes to that.
Mm.
Good. Well, I'd say you've been pretty good at plugging your socials throughout the
Yeah,
the
that's
podcast
LSR
anyway.
work. Can I just
But
TikTok,
go on.
Instagram, and Facebook.
might need to say again. I might have talked over you.
God damn it. That is Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and it's just LS Artwork. Put it in everywhere.
Good. Well, thank you, Luke, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. And don't forget to join us again for the next rendition of Hard Hat Chat. And don't
big word.
Yeah,
Well-
also follow Core 4. Plug yourself as well.
Rendition is the next word of the week, I think.
Oh, okay.
No.
I mean, it's going to be hard to get into an email about why the lads aren't on
Just very
site.
quick, because I'm intrigued.
Because-
This is for me. So you have to pick a word of the week, and then
No,
it has to go
no.
on an email.
We come out with things like
Because my worry is that you know what these words mean, but Dan doesn't.
Yeah, no, that's why Kurt comes out.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart.
Idiosyncrasy.
Every day's a school day.
Right. Well done, Dan.
But yeah, thank you
Right.
everyone for listening.
Thanks for your time, Luke, and thanks for the awesome logo.
Yeah, I mean, I want it to be sincere.
Yeah, and
Yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, guys.
Yeah.
I want to know.
that's a good shout.
I'm very good at my job.
Only good. And obviously, don't forget to rate the podcast. Ideally, positive.
Yeah, leave a
4s
review.
and 5s.
Yeah.
I got
At least.
4s.
Oh,
Core 4s.
Oh,
yeah.
Star
5s.
I feel like we can't turn away 4s.
Okay.
You could have turned
Yeah,
away
we're just-
anything.
Yeah, thank you everybody.
Cheers, guys.
I made that up as well. I don't know what I'm doing.
Do you like it? Kurt?
I liked it. I think
I just made it up. No, I said Big. I called him Big Luke. He's in my phone as Big Luke.
Yeah, he's